It started with him squeezing by me on turn 11. We come around and his tail breaks loose. I can see the back one is an M3 competition. Welcome back to It's Track Time. If you saw my last video, I had a nice battle with a 991 GT3 on track. It started with him squeezing by me on turn 11, and then this 2-lap sequence started with me trying to get the position back. I wanted to take you to where that video left off and show you how that sequence concluded. Okay, so we start this sequence again with us going down the front straight. I have 5% more horsepower than him, so I can easily pass him, but he doesn't want me to pass him at this point. He still thinks he's faster. So we come into turn 1, and last time, if you remember, he was able to pull away from me in turn 2 here. This time I'm trying to stay tight on him. I'm trying to stay right up on him and not let him get away from me in turn 2. And you can see he's still pulling away from me a little bit, but I'm able to stay on his tail. And then he was also able to pull away from me on the S's. And what I'm trying to do here is maintain that gap between us and not let it grow too much so that I can get him on the back straight. And so he's having difficulty here. You can see that he's braking in places that he shouldn't have back on the S's. And his back end is starting to give out on him, probably because the tires are overheating. So here we come up over the top of 9 and going into 10. This is another place where he had an advantage on me. You can see him now pulling away from me. So I've got to stay up tight on him, and I'm going to have to brake really late here to close this down. And so here I come, braking late. We come around turn 11, and his tail breaks loose. So now the power's chopped. I'm able to get up closer to him. And now he says, I give up, go ahead and take the pass. But he keeps his foot on the floor. So he's going to make me drag race him down the back straight. But luckily I've got some extra horsepower on him, so I'm able to clear him. So basically his tires overheated and they were giving out, and he was not able to manage the car anymore. So he dropped out. You can see my tires are starting to overheat too. I'm having to correct on a lot of these turns because my tail's stepping out. So my original goal was to get Maverick, and you can see Maverick in front of me here. He's also in a 991 GT3. And so I'm getting closer to him now, probably because his tires are overheating. And here we come into the carousel. He typically does better on the carousel than me. So let's see if he can open more of a gap on me here, which is typically what he does. And it looks like I'm maintaining the gap. So now we're going to go into 19. Let's see how aggressive he is on 19, if he straddles the orange. And he did. I missed it. So that's another point for him. So now we go into turn 20. I'm going to try to get up tight on him here. We come around turn 20, and you can see him twitching a little bit there. So he's having troubles. Now he's pulling to the side, so he's saying, okay, my tires are gone. Go ahead, you can have it. So now I have to make the decision on whether I want to continue on. My tires are giving out too, or if I want to continue this pace. So I'm looking out here to see if there's anything worth going after. So far I can't see anything on the track in front of me. I have to make a decision in about a half a lap because I need about a half a lap of cool down. So I can go through this at pace. Okay, there we go. There's a car out there in front of me, and it looks like it's a 911 of some sort. So let me see if I can get close enough to this car to see what it is and if it's worth going after. So I'm going to try to keep this pace through the S's. You can see I'm gaining on this guy already. And my tires are already, they're giving out on me, so I'm having to concentrate really hard to keep this thing from sliding out from underneath me. In 10, that's a scary place to go through without good grip on your tires. Okay, so as I get close to this car, I can see it's a 991 GT2 RS, so a 700 horsepower car, way more than me. So watch this thing disappear. He's got a couple hundred horsepower on me, and you can see him just disappearing over the horizon. And I'm in a fairly fast car. I can do 160 on this back straight. And he's just leaving me. He's doing over 170. But if you go that fast, you've got to brake early. And so he had to brake way earlier than me. So I can come in here and close him down. And you can see I've already got much closer to him. Now we're getting to the stadium section where you have to be really careful with your throttle so the back end doesn't come out on you. And he's afraid of this car, you can see. He doesn't want to put the power down in this tight section. He took a real wide line on 15 there. So now let's see what he does in the carousel. Is he going to put the power down or not? And it looks like the answer is no. He's afraid of this car. So he's not going to put the power down. So I'm like, okay, what are you going to do? You're going to give me a point by? I move out to the side. Wait. There goes the point by. So I actually chuckled there because it took so long for him to notice that I was there. Okay, so now I'm coming back to turn 20. I have to make the decision again. Are my tires going to give out or can I keep going? So it depends on the targets that are in front of me. So I'm looking out here to see what I got. There's 3 cars out there. That could be fun. Let's see if any of them are interesting to try to go after. And as I come up into turn 1, I can see the back one is an M3 competition. So this is a 503 horsepower M3. Pretty interesting, but it weighs 3,900 pounds, so it's a tank. So I should be able to get up on this guy in the S's because he's gonna have a hard time keeping that much weight through these corners. And you can see he's already dropping back off the other 2 cars. So they're basically leaving him for dead. I can probably swoop in there and pick up that pass real easily. So I'm going to keep my pace through here despite my tires not feeling that good and see if I can close this guy down. So he's holding a pretty good pace considering the weight of that car. Now going into 10, he's going to be able to use his power and try to open up a gap here. I'm going to try to stay on him. And because of the weight of that car, he's going to have to brake really early. So I'm going to brake late, and sure enough, I can close the gap down. He's not going through turn 11 very fast. And you can see me slide right there. And then he gives me the point by. Okay, so he's clear now. So let's see what the other 2 cars are. So you can see by the gap that they're holding that they're very fast. So these are definitely high horsepower cars. I'm going to try to once again brake really late and try to close this down. And I can see the first car is a C7 Z06. So that's a 650 horsepower car. Got a lot of power. He looks like he's running at a pretty good pace through the stadium section, so he's not afraid to try to open that power up. He's taking a real wide line on 15 again, so I can once again take a chop out of him right there. And then we're going to go into the carousel, and we're going to see how he does in the carousel. And yeah, he's holding a pretty good pace, so not bad. So let's see if I can close him down on 19. That'll be my next opportunity. I'm going to try to straddle that orange sausage and cut that corner down, get the power on, and see if I can brake late into 20. And sure enough, I do. I get a good chunk out of him right there. And now I'm going on to the front straight. He's got more horsepower than me, so he should be able to open up a gap on me, but he's backing off. Okay, and he lifted, so I'm able to get by him on the front straight. And now the last car in the cluster is a 992 GT3 RS. So that's a 518 horsepower car with a ton of downforce. Once again, he should be able to just crush me in the S's here if he trusts that downforce, and it looks like he does not trust it. So I'm able to kind of close him down on the S's here. And let's see how long it takes me to get up on his bumper. It still looks like I'm closing him down there. And so he is not running at the pace that car should be running. So now we come up over the top of 9. We're going to come through 10, and he should be able to use the extra horsepower and the downforce to open up a gap. And it looks like it's not happening. So I'm going to brake late on him and see. I'm going to pull out so he can see me. And okay, I got the pass. So that was pretty fun. My tires are giving out. You can see me sliding there. This is kind of a compromise where you got to make some decisions on whether you want to let the car cool down and not take the risk of having it slide out on you when your tires are getting greasy at the end of the session. Typically, if there's not good targets out there, I'll just pull it in, cool it down, and then bring the car in. But if there's something out there that gets my juices going and I want to try to catch it, then I take the risk and see if I can pull that car in. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the track next time.